Hello, I'm Howard, pastor of the Roseville New Church, and welcome to Spiritual Shorts. In the last few weeks, I've been reflecting on wisdom, specifically that wisdom granted us by the Lord when we read His Word. In the book of Deuteronomy, the Lord says, "I will send the rains in their proper season, the early rains and the latter rains. So you can bring your harvest of grain, new wine, and olive oil." In the verses that precede this, the Lord paints a vivid picture contrasting Egypt, a land that's noted to be irrigated by foot, with the Holy Land where God sends rain to the valleys and the hills. At its core, this passage tells us of two different life paths. One that's fixated on worldly gains, that's Egypt, and another oriented towards eternal spiritual truths, represented by the land of Canaan, or the Holy Land. We all start in Egypt, but the Lord calls us to Canaan. Most of us as young adults find ourselves well settled in that land of Canaan. We are where worldly matters often eclipse heavenly aspirations. Yet, we must come to understand that spiritual teachings are as essential to our souls as natural knowledge is to our worldly goals. In the grand scheme, our earthly experience prepares us for eternity. But if we only know how to serve our bodily needs, how will we be equipped to serve in the Lord's heavenly kingdom? The transition from Egypt to Canaan, from worldly to spiritual, it isn't straightforward. It's a transformative journey through a wilderness of challenges. The rains in their proper season, the early and the later rains, or rain from heaven, that represents divine truth. And what this shows is that the Lord imparts understanding when we're ready in our proper seasons. At first, we might face challenges, but by continuously striving to take in divine truth from the Word, our minds gradually open to receive them and much more. Life is a dance between learning and applying. Learning what is right from the Word and applying that in our lives. And during moments of worship or reading the Word, we are uplifted, absorbing truths that's representing the former rain. But when those truths then they enter us, they remain as seeds. And as life's complexities resurface, these seeds can lay dormant. We don't take in the truths and understand them and apply them right away. They sit inside of us like a seed under the soil. But if we persevere and we work on aligning our lives with heavenly order, the Lord nurtures those seeds. And in time, with the later rain, the seeds blossom into profound spiritual wisdom. As we prioritize spiritual clarity, devoid of ego, selfishness, and materialism, the Lord guides us towards a fulfilling spiritual journey. It's noted in Isaiah that God's Word always produces fruit, accomplishing what it is meant to. So, let's embark on this journey from Egypt to Canaan, and let's nurture our spiritual growth with the rains of divine wisdom from the Lord's Word. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Spiritual Shorts. Next week, I am going to look at the question of Does the Bible have answers to the difficult questions of life? And should we look to the Bible for those answers? I hope you'll join me, and may God bless you.